Hello, my name is Zen, and this is Brain Dump, a show about whatever the guest wants. I invite people onto the pod, and they yap to me about their latest obsessions. We've got Caitlin Harrigan to talk about Life is Strange 2. However, I do have to give a mild spoiler warnings for the game. So go ahead and tell me what Life is Strange 2 is about.
Oh, well, just really quick. Life is Strange as a video game series, it basically they use superpowers to look at different real world issues. It's really really cool. And it's a story game where your decisions impact the characters and eventually decides kind of what ending you'll have in the game. So everything you do matters while you're playing, basically.
Okay, this is very cool.
Thanks for the affirmation. So Life is Strange 2 is my absolute favorite out of the series. It has very strong themes and touches into a lot of different topics, which is part of why I love it so much. But what this game is about is these two brothers, Sean and Daniel Diaz, and it kind of follows them as they run away from the police. So how that kickstarts is a confrontation outside their house, and basically a police officer shoots their father in front of them. And that's when it's revealed that the little brother has powers because it's influenced by his emotions. And so when he sees that happen, he freaks out, his powers go crazy, and ends up making things much, much worse for them. Sean, he is just a 16-year-old. He doesn't know what to do. His father's dead. His brother has powers. He's like, what is going on? So he just scoops him up and he runs. And so the rest of the game is following them as they navigate different familial issues, kind of running from the police, just trying to survive as two kids who have no idea what they're doing, and him trying to parent his little brother who has telekinesis all of a sudden, which is crazy. So I don't know. It's just
Yeah. It sounds cool.
Yeah.
I haven't played the game myself, but I've watched Jacksepticeye play it.
I watched Jacksepticeye play it too.
It was pretty cool. Yeah, okay. So Life is Strange 2. I do really like the power aspect within the Life is Strange games, and I think it's really interesting that the little brother has them this time.
Yes. It makes it very different.
And the whole teaching him growing up thing, the whole morality is how they base it, where it's low morality, high morality. It changes the different aspects in the game, where it's what was it, the whole scorpion scene or whatever, whether or not if you have low morality, then he'll torture the scorpion.
Oh yeah.
Or there's certain scenes that you just will not get unless you've played it in a certain way, which is so cool.
You're trying to teach him what is an acceptable amount of defense you can have before it just turns into violence.
Right.
And it's that's such a gray area, and you're trying to navigate that as a 16-year-old.
Right.
And it's his little brother, so it's this really, really weird, I don't know.
Yeah, it's a weird dynamic because he's he's supposed to be an adult now, despite the fact that he's 16.
Literally.
And it's absolutely crazy. Okay, so Life is Strange 2. Who is your favorite character in the show? In the game? Who's your favorite?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So I'm biased, and I do love the main character the most, Sean Diaz.
That's not biased. That's just smart.
I think he's just he's an artist, and I can relate to that. And then I think also he likes music a lot, which I can relate to.
Right.
And I think the relationships he has with the other characters is very genuine, and so I just find myself enjoying his little quips and and whatnot. I'm just wow, this guy is so fun.
This guy's so cool.
Yeah,
he is cool.
I would want to be friends with him in real life.
Right. And that's what kind of makes a good character, I feel like. If you either you really want to be friends with them, or they have a really interesting trope or personality that isn't always explored. And I feel like Sean has both, because how often do we see characters who are in this situation of having to not only parent their younger sibling, but also on top of that have to navigate the world as a person of color. That's a big aspect in this game, is the fact that they're Hispanic. And I mean, the whole game starts off that way,
it starts off that way, it ends that way with them crossing the border. They travel all the way from Seattle down to Mexico, some land down there that they were thinking about getting to. But it just comes up in multiple areas, different urban levels. It comes up literally everywhere, and it's either very subtle or it's very explicitly stated. And so I like the fact that they do both, because it's not always just like, hey, I'm going to be racist towards you. Sometimes it's like, I'm going to be racist towards you, but I don't want you to realize that I'm being racist.
Microaggressions.
Yes.
All micro and macro all throughout this game. And honestly, I feel like people should, if anybody listening, if you haven't watched or played this game before, you should watch or play this game, please, especially in today's political climate, because this game's like what, 7-ish years old?
Yeah, it was made 2010s, so I'm not exactly sure, but
and the fact that these issues are still relevant today is crazy. And honestly, this game is just, I feel like, a good sort of introduction to like exploring the ideas of like racism, especially if you are a like non-person of color, especially if you're white. I feel like it's sort of like an easier way to like to build that like empathy in a way, because you're like, oh, these characters, I see them and I see it in front of me, and it's and it hurts. So I think that's really interesting. And I saw somebody, when I was like doing like a little bit of research before this, I saw a comment on TikTok, shout out TikTok, where they
shout out to TikTok, the major platform.
Yeah, little niche and underground website I use, TikTok. Where someone had made a comment. They were like, the different choices you make are sort of impacted by like your personal experience, like obviously.
Oh yeah.
But they had mentioned specifically the whole scene where like Sean has to like sing.
Oh,
if
my
you remember
God,
that,
yeah.
Right, where this girl, she had picked to make him sing, but her boyfriend, who was Mexican himself, chose not to, because he like understood the like different like dynamics and like what exactly that like meant in the moment, and like what that moment really stood for, you know, if you applied it to like the real world aspects. And I think that's very interesting,
because I think a lot of like white people like myself
right.
would kind of see that situation and be like, oh well, pick whatever's going to be the safest,
right.
But kind of, I think for people who are actually like a person of color would see that more as a chance to be kind of empowering to themselves and stand up for themselves more, and not just like, even if it is a risk, be willing to take it to not lose that humanity. Right. And so that's the difference there with like, because I remember that scene made me feel so sick. Because it's literally just this kid and he's being forced like, and at that point in the game, everything has gone so wrong for him, and he has nothing. He doesn't have any possessions. He's lost all his friends. He's lost his brother. He's lost his eye, like, which was a core part of him being able to draw. He literally has nothing in that moment. And then these two white people show up, and they're like, I'm going to take the last little bit
and you know
sing
what else?
For me.
And it's just, man, this game, it's incredible, you know? And especially, okay, you mentioned art. So do you have any like specific comments on the like art style within the game? You know, whether it's like Sean's art style himself, or even just like the game graphics and stuff?
Well, graphics, I think Life is Strange is kind of known for having this like simplistic kind of artistic art style. So they do have details in their work, but they keep everything generally a little bit more flat than other games. And I feel like it kind of lets you interpret more, like make the game more personal to you with how you see different things. But it's also just, I don't know.
No, it's cool.
It's just different than, it's kind of like Breath of the Wild, where it's like, it's realism, but it's stylized. And so it's very unique to that game itself.
Okay, so another question I have for you is, like, how do you find more information about this game? Like, as a part of like a fandom space, where do you look? Are you on like TikTok? Are you on Tumblr? Are you on, I don't know, Reddit, WikiHows? Like, where are you?
Oh, that's kind of hard. So I don't really research stuff about the game, because I find that a lot of the research done is really opinion based off of the people who played it.
Right.
I like to just go through and look at different playthroughs with different YouTubers who make different choices, right? To just try and get little different aspects. And I do that with most games that I like. But whenever I do want different opinions and stuff, I kind of turn to TikTok and just see what people are saying about it.
My niche app.
I love Jacksepticeye because he takes such an analytical like just open-minded approach and spends a decent amount of time once he finishes a game at the end of his video kind of analyzing what he just played through,
right.
Which I think has helped me realize some things that I didn't really notice while playing the game.
Cool.
Or while watching it, I guess.
Yeah, I think that is a cool thing about these like Life is Strange games, or any game where it's like choice based, because everybody who plays it gets something, not something different out of it, but also like metaphorically, but also literally, because it's like you see different scenes, you meet different people, you have different endings. You know, Life is Strange is very big with their endings are always so like different from each other, especially in this game. There's like what, like 4 different endings?
I think there's 4, or there's actually 6, I believe.
6?
Yes, because
this game is incredibly
it's my favorite
Saturday.
game.
My favorite game, and it makes me cry every time I watch it. It's a great game. And you know what? Thank you for being here. Thank you,
of course,
for talking to me about Life is Strange 2. It's an amazing game. You were an amazing guest.
Aww. You're an amazing host. Invite me back.
I said bite you back.
Invite me back?
Oh, invite you back.
You.
Oh, sorry. It's October. Vampire mood. Hurt bite.